We are playing Minecraft video games. Welcome, y'all. That might be the first time I actually remember to turn on the frickin' music, background music myself, or remember it at the start of the stream. Welcome, Mr. Capstone, to the VOD viewers, and apparently Mr. Capstone, who's super early. Let's explain real quick what the current situation is. Basically, I am bad. Welcome. Basically, I'm streaming without facecam right now because I don't really feel too well. Both physically as well as mentally. And yeah, so I didn't feel comfortable streaming with facecam. And now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, and the other thing that's special today, basically, I don't know what it is, something broke. Either it's my computer or it's my headphones. But I don't currently have any method to... Felix, welcome. I don't currently have any method to hear sounds from my PC without my loudspeakers. And since I don't want to have you hear my computer sounds, in-game sounds and everything through like my microphone, because obviously my microphone is gonna pick up the loudspeaker sounds, I just made the in-game sounds and everything super quiet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're just not gonna hear any of it. It's a very annoying thing that I don't have a fix for. I don't know, I might get new headphones. Those are pretty new, so it's super annoying, especially since my headphones are very expensive, or maybe my PC is broken. I don't know what's going on. I also don't really have the time to look into that. And now we have a teammate. iDef and TNT, you Butch. Ready? Haven't played with my thumbnail maker in so long. Let's hope we are able to get some wins. Okay, here we go. One thing I did, I have... Yo, Vad! I can't hear the alert, but luckily I can see it. Thank you so much for the resubscription of 24 months, dude. That's 2 entire years. What the heck, dude? That's so long. That's crazy. How has it been 2 years? Man, that's insane. Thank you for the frickin' support. The ongoing support. It's crazy, man. Thank you so much for that. Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I've spent some time working in it. What was I talking about? Yeah, so I did start working on a video. I've written out the first part of the script. And like the first part, not the first part. I've written out the entire script, but like only the first version, because I'm unsure. Like, I'm definitely gonna go through that for quality reasons. And I have started working on thumbnail concepts, which for this frickin' video, it's so hard to find a thumbnail concept. And I've also done some work on the storytelling. So yeah, first day of working on the new video. It's gonna... he really didn't want to take any KB, but I also didn't do that too well, so... Well, yeah. It's still a long way until the next main channel video is gonna release. For 2 different reasons. One of the reasons being, I've reworked some of my behind-the-scenes processes. And yeah, just to ensure a higher video quality. that is gonna have a noticeable effect on stuff like the thumbnail and the title of my videos. And it's also gonna have a noticeable effect on the overall video, as in the story of the video. Because I'm trying to create... I'm trying to create a better experience, a better watching experience story-wise, so people consider the videos to be more interesting and purposeful. And there's also gonna be probably some higher quality in editing. All of that definitely is gonna lead to the whole thing, to the whole video creation process to take even longer than before. But I think it is very necessary. In order for me to be happy about what I put out. And if we want to have any chance at actually making it big on YouTube at some point, then that's also definitely necessary, you know. I have recently rethought my whole channel concept thing. A lot of different details about all my channels I've rethought. And my main channel was always kind of an attempt for me to actually make it big on YouTube, to fulfill my dream of becoming a full-time content creator, to go for YouTube rank, to go for all those fancy things. But I don't know. I feel like I just have to rethink the whole thing. And the way I am planning to do that is... Okay. In my opinion, the only way to do that is with the proper quality and with the passion behind it. And the passion behind it aspect is going to be fulfilled by my creative need. Basically, I would describe myself as a very creative person. And if I just use my main channel as a creative outlet, then I believe that's gonna add the passion that I need to put into my videos in order to actually like have a chance at making it big. And the other thing I already forgot, but yeah, I rethought my main channel to just be a creative outlet for me. I don't want to be necessarily stuck to a certain content type or anything. I just want to put out stuff that I really feel like putting out, that has all my heart and passion in it. All sounds very cryptic, but the only thing I can promise is that you're not going to be disappointed. Because luckily, those changes don't mean that I'm going to be producing entirely different content from now on, but instead they just mean that... this is my teammate, lol. Instead it just means that it's roughly the same content type for the most part, just in higher quality. Maybe I'll come up with some different creative stuff, but all in all, I'm still very convinced that it's gonna be stuff you're gonna like to see. I don't know, as I'm explaining this, it's kind of hard to actually convey my thoughts behind this, but I think as a bottom line, as the only thing you have to take away from this... The age. As a bottom line, as the only thing you have to take away from this, just keep in mind, trust me, I'm gonna create content, I'm gonna keep creating content, I'm gonna keep trying to improve, and I'm gonna keep trying to deliver you the best product possible, and it's gonna be in your greatest interest, and you are going to enjoy the stuff I put out if you enjoy the content I've put out so far. Maybe one thing that's gonna make you a little less worried. The project that I'm working on right now, the first project where I'm trying to make all of these changes, is going to be the video about me hitting the top 10. So I think from that alone you can already tell that content-wise you don't need to worry. Oh, I don't want to steal anything from Gamemode here. But I would enjoy to get this one. It's so weird to play without sound, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel good. Man, okay, I really need a toilet break. Recently I've been drinking much more. Water, as always. The only two things I drink are water and milk. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll just take a toilet break. And wonder where my my ball is still on the toilet, because I brought it there before the stream, lol. Initially wanted to take it to my desk. Okay, be right back. Alright, back. Next up, I've got news that might disappoint some of y'all. The reaction channel. I'm probably not planning on continuing that for now. The videos are gonna stay up, the channel is still there, I'm not planning to delete anything. But there are 3 reasons that kind of made me rethink the whole thing and convinced me that I don't want to continue the reaction channel too soon. One of the reasons being, it took away a lot of time to edit those videos and create the thumbnails for them. Time that instead I would love to use for passion projects, for creative stuff, for actual high quality original content for my main channel. Then next up, I didn't feel like it. I don't know. In the process of reacting to those videos, at first it seemed kind of fun, but then it just felt exhausting, stressful, a little annoying. It just wasn't too much fun, you know? And third of all, there's a secret 4th thing, but first of all, third of all, I also didn't really like the videos myself. Like, I rewatched some of them, and they were well made, in my opinion. Better made than some of the reaction content that I personally watch. Aside from the thumbnails, those were... I still had to figure those out. But like, the videos themselves, they were like, yeah, not of low quality, pretty okay, pretty good. Better than most standard reaction content. But like, I don't know, I just didn't like them. Just didn't feel the vibe. And yeah, I don't want to force myself to produce content that I don't like. So yeah, that's another thing. And the next thing was the secret fourth thing. That didn't really have the biggest effect on this, but obviously the performance was also not great, you know? Like, if those were videos that I enjoyed creating, then that one wouldn't have made a difference, because I could have just produced the videos for a couple months and then piece by piece it would have improved. But the video's performance was much less than expected. And in the stats, I could see that every single person who clicked on the video literally clicked off after just a couple seconds, or sometimes a minute or two, while the videos were like 40 minutes to an hour. So, it wasn't really the best breeding ground for a new channel. So that really hurt the channel to start with. But yeah, as I said, that's just a very minor thing. That one didn't really make an impact. One thing that I forgot to mention earlier, basically what I got rid of is the thought in my head that my main channel, Mobile Legends LP, has to function as a potential source of income. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the follow, Zoe. As a potential source of income. Because obviously, if at some point with the stuff that I love to produce in my creative projects, I do earn a lot of money, then cool. But like, that shouldn't be the main focus, and that shouldn't be something that I have in mind while producing these projects. But instead, I couldn't see that guy. What the heck? But instead, the focus should 100% be on producing something that I like and something that I can be creative with. And if I want to earn money with YouTube, if I really want to do that, then I could do that using other tips and tricks. Like, the secret money glitch about YouTube is not to produce content that you want to produce on your main channel and it's cool content, people are gonna watch it, now I'm gonna be famous and rich. But instead, the secret is other stuff. Mentioned this on streams before, but if I had the time, I could produce channels utilizing methods like shorts and stealing content and I don't know, selling malicious products and stuff. That would be super easy. I've watched hours and hours of guides on how to do that. I've seen examples myself. I've done some experiments to see if stuff like this could actually, in theory, work, which came out positive. So if I had the time, I could just sit down, create 10 channels, and use them maliciously to earn good money on YouTube. I could do that. But at the current moment, I don't have the time to do that. At the current moment, it's much more important to do what I love. At the current moment, my focus lays on this whole BedWars thing, because I love that game and I want to reach more achievements in it. And the focus is on creating content, creative content that I love to create, original content, cool content, content you guys are gonna like, stream content, and highlight video content. So yeah, if at some point all of this doesn't exist anymore for some reason, but I really need money, then sure. I know how to get money on YouTube, cool. But at the current moment, I don't want to dedicate time to that, as I want to focus on cool things. And now we are going to pay attention. Last game? What was the mistake about last game? I think the main mistake about last game was not trusting teammate, because I feel like had I trusted teammate more, I would have seen that guy. I felt like I checked properly, I looked around, I couldn't see anyone, I was like, okay, I don't know what teammate is talking about, maybe the guy is far away or something. If I would have been like, okay, no, if teammate says that, I have to pay very close attention and I can't leave base unless I found this guy, then we would have won the game. Well, mistake discovered, mistake changed. hopefully in the future. Okay, got him. Cool. Wait, I just now came to realize that my overlay wasn't on the whole time. Pink. I see pink over there. Both of them are at gray base. It's so hard to play without sound, you wouldn't even imagine. I feel like one of the factors here is I feel like in PvP I can't perform as well just because I can't hear, and hearing also plays a role in my PvP stuff. But the other thing is I just don't feel like I'm inside the game, really. I feel like I'm kind of disconnected from what's happening in the game, which is good. Does make for great gameplay. Same goes for when I play without headphones and just use my speakers. I have to hear the game through headphones, otherwise I feel super disconnected from it. But like I can't even listen through loudspeakers because of otherwise you would hear it through the microphone. Okay, I think something happened. I'm gonna look at it. Hello, Jurassic. Thank you for the follow. Okay, maybe I should have checked more around me. But I think I should be safe to do this. Cool. Teammate saw it. That's good. Now, exactly that was my plan, teammate. Thank you for the reminder. Maybe I would have forgotten. Good that teammate reminded me. Okay, cool. Diamonds. I think as teammate creates pressure, I will get resources. Resources. Alright, this time I'm gonna listen to teammate. Yes, there is someone ink. I see him too. Oh, apparently these guys aren't super good at the video game. That's interesting. Or maybe I just performed exceptionally well. That could also be the case. Sure. One thing that I've also decided recently is for streams like this, where it's just BedWars, unless something special is happening. I blocked that myself. That, please do /micro block trap. Unless something special is happening, I probably want to go with the hand cam. I'm just still waiting for the hand cam stand, so I don't know how long that's gonna take. But other things that I might do on stream, I want to do with face cam, you know. Yeah. That is going to be the plan, thank you, Ed. Yeah, hand cams are pretty cool. I used to have a hand cam until I got my face cam. And currently I have none. Not a hand cam, not a face cam, nothing. Yeah. So that's gonna be the plan. I also... Another plan I have is... I'm probably gonna go towards pink. Another plan I have is... Oh, why did he have to die? Another plan I have is to reconnect my Switch to my PC. I used to have my Switch connected to my PC. I remember we also did a stream. Mario Kart 8, I'm pretty sure. And then I want to do facecam streams with Nintendo games, for example. Not replacing the BedWars streams, but replacing the reaction slot, for example. You know, the way we used to do it is we would have, instead of our usual 2 hours of stream, we would have 2.5 hours, and then I would play 1.5 hours of BedWars and 1 hour of stream, 1 hour of reactions I would do. And now the streams are going to be either 2 hours of BedWars, or if I want to play a Nintendo game, it's going to be 1.5 hours of BedWars and then 1 hour of Nintendo game. I could also connect my old N64 console to my PC, and then I could stream a little bit of Super Mario 64 on the actual console, which that's something I really want to try. If that's gonna be fun. And yeah, I think my current focus is really on those old games, pixel games, 8-bit games from Nintendo and Mario. Obviously, I could play Super Mario Kart 8, but I don't know. I already have BedWars, which I'm trying pretty hard in. And if some of you remember, Mario Kart 8 used to be my first competitive online game that I got really good in, so whenever I play that game, I'm also trying super hard. And I think those old, beautiful games, 8-bit games, Super Mario 64 and Pixel games from back in the days, those are just super fun to me, and I don't try hard in them, so I think that's actually a cool thing to try out on stream. You know? Okay. There's an Invis Ink. With teammate hopefully being at our base. But we'll see, we'll see. We will see. What's important is you don't have to worry, the BedWars is going to stay the main program, basically. Number 1 Invis catcher, be gone. Lol. Oh, but teammate got the kill credit, cool. That, go ahead and do /marker number 1 Invis catcher. I'm pretty worried by Aqua collecting all of these. Oh, another Invis. But these people don't know yet that we have hobbies, so that's pretty good. They're not gonna be prepared. Okay, cool. Now, as both of these people are dead, I'm going to get myself emeralds. Never played BedWars anything, I've only watched people play it. Nice. It's a very fun game, but like nowadays, if you don't want to really get into it and learn how it works on a professional level, it's kind of hard to actually have fun. You know, because you're just gonna get cheated on or killed by super sweaty people or stuff like that every single game. So unless you're planning to dedicate a lot of your free time to learning how the game properly works strategy-wise and mechanically, you are better off just not playing it, I feel like, for the sake of your own fun. Obviously, it's in my personal interest, as I'm a BedWars streamer and YouTuber, it's in my personal interest to get you hooked on the game and be like, yeah, you have to try it and you have to keep playing it and stuff. So if you ask me as a streamer and YouTuber, I'm gonna say definitely you have to play this game. But if you ask me as just a casual dude in a casual dude conversation from man to man or man to whatever, I can tell you, nah, stay away. Just enjoy your time watching people. Don't waste your time playing it unless you're planning to actually invest some effort into it. Oh yes, good job, teammate. I've started my new job. Not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that, on the 1st of October. I mentioned that, and so far it's amazing. The colleagues are awesome. My old job, my colleagues were despicable human beings, absolute scumbags. It was not nice to be there and have to work there. But my new workplace is totally different, and I love that. I feel very comfortable so far. It's a very cool thing. I'm very happy. So far that's going great. Plus I get so much more money. Oh, dude. Legit. My old workplace, let me calculate that. I literally get like 25 to 30% more at my new workplace, which is a very decent amount of money. That's crazy. And like depending on how it goes, like depending on how much work you invest and depending on a couple of different factors that some of you can actually impact, some of you can actually influence. Depending on that, it can be even more. It's like a very well-paying job. How do you have a job depends on where you live. It's hard to get a job sometimes, especially where I live. Nah, here it's super easy to get a job. It does depend on the job. If you have a job that nobody like hires for, then obviously that's a little difficult. But many jobs hire far and wide, and in my profession, for example, they are in desperate need of people. So it's super easy to get a job. It's so freaking easy with my education. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of cool. You probably don't know this as you just joined, but like, my first job I had was horrible in so many different ways. A lot of very shitty stuff happened behind my back and in front of my back and everywhere around me. It was... Dude. Before that, I didn't know humans could be such creatures. At least not humans around me. It was crazy. But my new job I just started is very awesome. Surprise! Okay. We just have to hope for teammate 2. Wait. Why does it need to hit me back, the frickin' TNT? No! No, that was my chance. Oh god. I'm also happy I got out of that environment. The way I got out of the environment is not great. Dude. I literally lost my job to a frickin' conspiracy. I got fired in the most crazy way. I'm gonna produce a main channel video on that at some point. I just need to collect more evidence and also probably maybe even need to engage with the frickin' police. It's so bad. Like, I guess you understand now how bad it was. Okay, I'm gonna avoid. That might be gone. If teammate is there with a water bucket, we should be super safe. If not, that's a problem. Don't even know if they have TNT. No, they don't. Ah, I hope teammate can get him. Yeah, he did it. Oh, good. Yeah, once everything is done, once maybe the police is involved and results have come in, once that all happened, I will start working on a well-funded video. And let me tell you, obviously I wanted to document stuff in order to be able to take legal steps. Nice! So I've got stuff that I can put into the video. I've got interesting stuff. Dude, this is gonna be a very, very good video. Whenever something bad happens in my video, you are gonna be sure that I'm whenever something bad happens in my life, you are gonna be sure that I'm gonna use it for content. The worse the better. I can always smell the frickin' views. Miss Hotkey. Doesn't matter. Ooh, that was such a smart move. Wow. Wow, that was a very smart move to get out of there. Obviously, in this situation, didn't matter because they didn't want to do the usual thing anyway. But had they done the usual thing, that would have been a very smart thing to do. Okay. The 4-4 error. I like your name. Very good and creative name. I appreciate it. Welcome. I'm not doing too well. Both physically and mentally, I'm not doing too well today, sadly. But don't worry about me, it's gonna fix itself, most likely. The physical thing is just a very minor thing. That's not a huge deal. That's gonna be fixed very soon. And the mental thing, we'll see how it's gonna play out, but I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's not gonna be a huge issue. I'm doing my best to work on that as well. So, yeah. All in all, could be much better, but it'll be fine. How are you doing? Can we talk about how we managed to win that, by the way? That's cool. That is cool. Ah, thank you, Mr. Zoe, or Zoe doesn't sound like a male name. Thank you, Zoe of unknown gender. Don't want to make assumptions here. Okay, we got one. No, he takes delayed KB. Nah! Oh my god, I couldn't take great control of my mouse. That was sad. Ah, okay. In that case, really doesn't matter. I'm super excited though for the creative stuff that I'm working on. What I did is I've also managed to streamline some processes and okay. I wish I had a way to swiftly sad, okay. Basically what I did kind of helped me redistribute my time in a way that I can work on projects that not only are more dear to my heart, but also are more interesting for you as a viewer, or for most of the viewers, most likely. That's a very good firewall. So a win-win situation. In general, currently I'm really working on my health, both mental and physical. And in basically every single field of my life, I've started analyses, and I've started making changes and developing little concepts and everything. So every part of my life is currently changing for the better, which is awesome. It starts at very small things, like for example, better ways to keep my apartment clean. And but there are also more substantial things, like concepts to neglect my memory loss and handle it better, or concepts to improve my physical and mental health. Okay, wait. I'll go here actually. If you want to give me a free path to your base, and I'll be there. I'll be down for it. Even though... no! That's the worst possible trap. No, that's the wrong chest! 9! Frickin' map! Why do you have weirdly placed chests? All I wanted was to store the diamonds. Oh no. This is a super good example, by the way, of it doesn't matter how good you are at the video game, all that matters are resources. These people have diamond armor and better diamond upgrades. We practically have 0 chance currently. So my current objective is literally just to get stacked on diamonds at all costs, and I think I already identified the mistake I made, which was my usual beep bop. I'm a bot. I have to finish my diamond/emerald run. Instead, I'm gonna identify the situation and be like, yes, I don't have the time to complete this, so instead I'm gonna go ahead and just get some diamonds and return to a safe place, since my bed doesn't exist no longer. That is also not my teammate. Okay. I'm assuming they must have gotten a new trap, and I'm also assuming it must be a blindness trap again. Ah, they haven't. It's so hard to play without sound, I'm gonna tell you. I feel so disconnected from the game. It makes it harder to pay attention to chat, it makes it harder to pay attention and really realize all the events in game. It's not cool. But even though I didn't acknowledge it, obviously I did notice that my bed was destroyed. There was a big text all across my screen. It's not like I could have not seen that. Okay, wow. I need to get out of here. Yeah, no, we're not gonna wait for that emerald. No. Haha. They fooled you. Wait. How am I gonna escape? Not gonna get the diamonds. I don't know how close they are, but just to be safe, I'm gonna get out. Okay, wow, good. Whew. Vad, please do /marker 2 bladder and escape. 2 bladder and escape should be short. Could you do that for me? That would be very nice. Dude, the other day, I don't know when exactly this was, like 1 or 2 days ago, I lost a game on this map so unnecessarily. No, actually. I don't have any. I lost a game on this map so unnecessarily. I was clutching and I was doing it so well with the whole resource gathering and staying away from people and everything, which I learned from this guy, by the way, the staying away from people aspect. And then I lost because there was an opportunity to go for a team's bet, which I really wanted to take. So what I did is I fireball jumped up, wanted to make one of those fancy fireball jump bridge egg plays. And I'm gonna get out of this situation because he has a bow and golems in a weird place. And I threw the bridge egg not while I was traversing upwards from the fireball jump, but instead as I was at the peak of the fireball jump, which obviously is super freaking stupid, because that's just gonna lead to you not being on top of the bridge, but below the bridge. And then I forgot that I had a pearl, so I just fell in the void. Best clutch ever. It started so well. I don't know. Strategically, it was a very good clutch, but mechanically, it was, dude. It was the worst thing ever. It was sad. Okay, another toilet break. Part of my mental and physical health improvement thing is I have to drink more. I really noticed, so I'm drinking much more, which my bladder is not used to, so I have to go to the toilet very often. I'll be right back. Just you wait for me. Hey, I am back. I know you're not there, but I gotta go for... okay. I hope you can take good care of your brother? Yeah. Streaming at Facecam made me realize something. Is he also gonna be right back? Oh no, you said check mark. Streaming with facecam made me realize something that I didn't know before about myself. That thing being that I don't take great care of myself appearance-wise. Because as I prepared for the facecam thing, for the face reveal, for the streams, everything, I always picked out a shirt that I liked. And it was surprisingly hard. And I always took care of my beard, I took care of my appearance in general. And I realized that I'm kind of not doing that for myself. Obviously, I don't just leave my home a mess. That's not what's happening. But like, I shave my beard once a week. And towards the end of the week, it doesn't look good anymore. I have, like, say I have 30 shirts. I don't know how many I have, but say I have 30 shirts. Like, 25 of them I don't like. And yeah, all of that kind of made me realize, wait, for the stream, I actually put on clothes and change my beard and stuff in a way that I feel comfortable with, but I don't do that for myself. That's kind of weird. That made me realize that it would probably have a positive effect on me mentally if I, you know, if I had clothing I enjoyed, if I had a style that I would actually feel comfortable with, if I took care of my outwards appearance even more. All stuff that I neglected before because of two reasons. One reason being I don't have time for that. I need to produce YouTube videos and play BedWars. Oh, this is a perfect lobby. Nobody has 1 FKDI even. One person has, but like 1.1 FKDI. And the other reason being, I don't need to do it for anyone. My girlfriend loves me for me and not for my appearance, so who cares? I don't need to look good or take care of my beard and stuff past a certain point. And I think that's not an approach I feel comfortable with. Like, nothing is gonna hurt me. It's not gonna hurt me if I wear clothing that I enjoy for the sake of myself. And nothing is gonna hurt me if I take care of my beard more than once a week, but instead, I don't know, every 2 days or something, so it always looks fresh. That's not gonna be a downside, but instead it's just gonna make me feel more comfortable, you know? Because I can just look inside of the mirror at any point in time and be like, oh yeah, I like the way I look. And usually I wouldn't even pay attention to that, usually I wouldn't even care. So yeah, that's also something I'm gonna try. So I will have to order some clothing. And it's gonna make it easier to record and stream stuff with facecam. Because I don't have to change anything. I don't have to deliberately plan time or something to be able to go in front of the camera, but I can just go in front of it as my normal usual self with t-shirts that I enjoy and a beard that looks good. So that's cool. Yeah. I think the one person that I can attribute this change to is probably ZazWGC. ZazWGC is really a person that, in any field important to me, has changed me for the better. And a lesson that he taught me is kind of to not be okay with boy, that's hard to describe, but basically don't just be okay with your situation, but try to make your situation the best it can be, you know? Obviously you can be like, yeah, okay, I don't know, whatever, but instead you could also be like, deliberately trying to figure out how to improve your situation in order to make it better, you know? It's a very hard to describe and to explain thing, but I feel like I benefit greatly in my daily life from it. That in combination with, if you want stuff to happen, you just have to make it happen, you know? Because I always felt uncomfortable with the way I was eating with my nutrition, and I knew that I was actively hurting my body. But I was always like, well, can't change anything. Or my YouTube content wouldn't get many views, and I was like, oh, well, not gonna change anything. Can't change anything anyway. Many, many different examples from all throughout my life. And all of that changed just because of him. It's a very crazy thought to have. How much he changed me for the better as a person. Ah, dude, that's so annoying. 33k wins and duels. GG's, man. Wait, I'm starting to think that T-Man is actually watching the stream. That's interesting. If you're watching the stream, wait, I'm gonna send a question mark instead you're not watching the stream. But if you're watching the stream, then... Ah, okay. Yeah, at first it didn't feel like it, but that was a pretty clear sign that you were watching. So what exactly is your question? I'm gonna answer it. I just started to play BedWars again because I got a new PC and I'm watching your streams again. Thank you so much, man. Awesome to hear. Yeah, I assumed. I always just start streaming and my teammates don't really know. Some can tell. Like, if I play with them at a certain time, they know, okay, he's probably gonna be streaming, so they automatically do it. They automatically look into it. But obviously, I never tell anyone, so it makes sense. The change I made in my mindset, that's such a hard thing to explain. And it's not even the language barrier, it's actually, even in German, I wouldn't be able to explain because it's, I don't know, but the things ZazVGC said to me were, yeah, my profile picture's new, I revamped that. Also a face reveal. I don't know if you knew that. Today's my first stream without a face cam after a while. Recharter, welcome. How's the grind? It's going well. Grind is going awesome. So basically, ZazVGC kept saying stuff like, if you do things, things happen. Which basically is, I would always complain about how something wasn't working the way I wanted it to work, but I didn't actually invest the effort to change anything. Or to actually get behind what was wrong and then make substantial changes that would actually, like, work. And he was always like, dude, if you upload content that you expect to not get views, then why do you try to become a big YouTuber? That's not how it works. You have to upload content that you expect to perform well, at least. That's like the most minor thing you have to change, like the very first thing you have to change. You can't upload content where you're like, yeah, I know this is not gonna get views, but, whatever. If you don't do things, things are not gonna happen. That's what he always says. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna not upload videos that I expect to not perform well. And all of a sudden, my view average went from a couple hundred to a couple thousand on my main channel. And yeah. Many things he always says, much of the advice he gives me, and a lot of things that I've learned as I was working with him, or playing with him, or just existing with him, has taught me to do things different in my life. And I don't know what exactly it was he said, where he advised me to do, or whatever, that made me change this, but this is the most fundamental change that I'm undergoing, but, like... He changed my mindset from being a victim to being someone who actively is trying to change something about his own situation. Before I was like, well, my mental health is screwed up, I feel sad all the time, can't do anything about it. And thanks to him, I went to a doctor, I'm starting to look for a therapy, I'm looking for stuff in my daily life that I can change to make my mental health better, or in BedWars too. I watched GB80 videos in 2019, that's where all my strategy knowledge comes from. Well, I guess I'll be stuck with that for my entire life. He teach me no. If you don't actually try to be better at BedWars, you're not gonna be better at BedWars. And so I made changes, and I kept learning together with him, and it worked. Now I'm better at BedWars. What a surprise. Yeah, you already tried to make me change, but it didn't work. And it's crazy how much he tried before it worked. He literally pulled his frickin' hair out. He got so annoyed at me, but I just wasn't ready to do that yet. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to put it. I don't know, there are too many things to mention them all. But basically my entire life is different because of ZazVGC. I'm using the principles I've learned from him. I've learned because he hammered them into my face with physical violence. I'm using that in every single part of my life to be better at anything I do. Okay, now I'm not gonna ignore your message any longer. Say someone has a 7.6k 7.6 FKDR. How realistic would it be to have 10 at 1k? That fully depends on all of your stats, on your current gameplay, on so many different factors that I couldn't tell you. But it sounds like it's very possible if you change your gameplay in a way that you can actually, like, improve. I don't know, for example, if you have a 50 monthly FKDR or something, or 100 monthly FKDR, then it sounds possible, depending on how close you are to 1k, but I don't know. There's a lot of stuff missing here, so... yeah. I think another example I can give you for all of the stuff that I mentioned, basically what he taught me is to go about things much more analytically. Not only to take action to change a situation that I want to improve, that was the most fundamental thing he taught me, but also to go about it analytically. If I don't understand something, break it up into little small pieces, analyze the situation, then figure out how to effectively change the situation. Because obviously my approach, once I understood, oh, if I want to make things, if I want to change things, I'm gonna change. My first approach was, well, I feel like this could improve the situation, so I'm just gonna go off my feeling. But instead he taught me, no, that's not how it works. You actually have to look into it, research, analyze the situation, and then make changes that actually make sense and could get you closer to your goal. That's a pretty good thing to do, don't you think? So yeah. I've started working on pretty much everything in my life. How to keep my apartment clean, how to make better financial decisions, how to improve my mental health, how to improve my physical health, how to get over this challenge, how to get over that challenge. And I'm starting to notice it in my daily life. Like, patterns in other people I can identify as false patterns that I used to have, you know? For example, in some people I see this mentality of, well, I would love to change this, and I've tried this, which is definitely the way to change it, but I'm coming across, I don't know, this and that thing that makes it difficult, so I guess I can't do it anymore. And what those people do, what I also used to do is, well, this is difficult, I guess I can't change it now. But instead what you're supposed to do is analyze, why is it difficult, what is holding me back from actually improving, and how can I change it? And if you try to change it and it doesn't work, then I guess you have to reevaluate, get into it again, try to look at it from a different standpoint, do more research, do whatever to get to the result, you know? And all of that thought process I just have because of him. Just because of ZazVGC. And, yeah. I think it has to do with how a human psychologically wants to stay in the comfort zone. I don't know what it is, what principle is behind it, but I don't care. Because I feel like I'm starting to understand how to change it. And I am making changes. I can see myself making valuable changes. And that's a very good thing. Because I've always been one who doesn't really care. Yeah, my channel is actually growing now, I agree. And I've always been a person who doesn't actually care about the short-term thing. About the short-term, like everything, but instead about the long-term effects. And that's always been a quality about me. But only from a moral standpoint. Obviously there were certain things that have just been engraved into me, like default actions that are focused around this narrative, But in general, it was just my moral compass. My moral compass was always like, I'm never gonna take short-term gratification, short-term stuff that makes me feel happy over long-term stuff that makes me feel happy. But I never really acted on it. For example, nutritional-wise, I'm super addicted to low-quality, unhealthy food. I'm super addicted to it. It's super hard to get out of the addiction. But my moral compass tells me this food doesn't make you happy. What would make you happy is change to be healthy, act on that, and then live a longer, higher quality, healthier life. That is what would make you happy. And now I'm starting to try to break out of the addiction, make changes and stuff like that. And before I was like, well, I'm addicted, what am I gonna do? But now I'm like, okay, I'm addicted. What can I do to still make the changes that are necessary to achieve my goal? And yeah, there are many different ways. What I'm currently working on is making the healthy food more available to me than the unhealthy food. Make plans, make smart plans and strategies to make it the easiest possible for me to eat healthy. Because the first step was already to figure out how to eat healthy in general. That was always a huge barrier. But that I already worked through. I have the way how to eat healthy now. I have everything I need to factor in. I just need to make it come reality. And yeah, that is just... Oh, that's your base. I didn't know. That's just one of the very life-changing things. One of the many things that impact my life greatly. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, J. Abermas. Yeah. Another thing, for example, is critical thinking. That's also something that I got taught by Zaz. I feel like by default I don't have critical thinking installed on my hard drive. So I have just worked on a plan and figured out how to critically think, made rules based on that, and implemented those rules into my daily life. This is something that Zaz wouldn't like, by the way. This whole making rules and heavily sticking by them. But just for the fact that I make general rules and then blindly follow them without critically thinking about them and giving myself room for what's necessary to actually be done if it diverts from the rules, that is something that I pay very close attention to, that I'm not a victim of my own set rules that I just blindly follow like a zombie. Don't you worry about that. So yeah, I don't know, so much self-development that I have achieved and that I'm still on the way of going through, thanks to one person who's smarter than me. That's pretty insane. That is pretty insane. That is very insane. But I'm still always careful to filter what he says a little bit. I don't just blindly follow what he says, but instead I make my own evaluation. If I think it's gonna benefit me in my life, then I run some tests and plan it through. And if I actually agree to him in that it makes my life better, then I follow it. It's not like I blindly follow a cult leader or anything. He just gives pretty good advice. So much of what he says I can apply very well in my personal life. I'm getting close to 700 stars. I'm pretty excited. I'm 99% sure I can hit 1k by next year. You totally can. Depending on if you still have some slumber hotel stuff open, it might be harder or less hard. And depending on how much time you have. Was that the cat with the most human-like meow I've ever heard? What the frick? Okay, if you have lots of time, then that's awesome. That's gonna help a lot. I wish I had one more diamond. Wait, we don't have a trap. Okay, in that case, I wish I had 2 more diamonds. Okay, motivation you struggle with. One of my biggest strengths is motivation and consistency. Motivation and consistency are some of my biggest strengths. Hey, don't you just jump over there like any normal person would do? Okay, nice. No, don't land there. Okay. Now you have to fight me. Awesome. Oops. I accidentally pressed caps lock. Okay, I'm gonna get the bed quest. How cool. How amazing that is. So we are going to get to 53 most likely. You added creativity. You're probably still speaking about the whole YouTube thing. Did I add creativity? Or what are you talking about? If it's not the YouTube thing. Oh yeah, one reason for why I also stopped the reaction content, I felt that it took away my motivation to watch reaction videos myself. And reaction videos, some of the reaction videos that I consume are one of my most dearest content that I watch on YouTube, and I really didn't want to ruin that for me because I absolutely love some of those content creators and videos that I watch there. So I really didn't want to have that destroyed for some reason. I don't know why it was that, but yeah. Yeah, I would also say I'm a pretty creative person, yeah. I think that is not to be forgotten about. I have a huge creative drive, otherwise my main channel would probably not exist. At least not in the way it is right now. There's a reason for why I have written so many poems and stories and books before I started YouTube. I'm just a super creative person and I need a way to express myself. Just recently, by the way, I have started writing on my book again. My biggest creative project before YouTube was this one book about this one story. And I wrote literally like 800-900 pages. And there were like so many different versions of this book. Ranging from me being like literally 8 years old to me being 15 years old. There were so many different versions and it was a huge universe that I created. And ever since I started YouTube and BedWars, I didn't have time for that anymore. But recently I found a little time spot that I can utilize. Are we gonna split? Probably, right? I have found a time slot that I can utilize, so I have started working on my book again. And if at some point in like 10 years it's gonna be finished, I will also release it publicly. That's gonna happen. And I'm also maybe gonna create a video game based on the story. Or based on the universe, it's a different story. But like, I've also created a concept for a video game. I just need to find someone who programs that, because I definitely don't have the time to learn programming in order to produce that. But yeah, I always knew I'm not able to produce the entire thing. That's always gonna just stay a creative idea. But one thing I'll definitely do for a video project on my YouTube channel at some point is gonna be I created my own video game and then it's just gonna be a demo. Just, I don't know, a 15-minute playthrough or 20-minute playthrough demo version of the actual game that I would love to produce. And I don't know what the future holds. Maybe at some point I'll have the energy, the resources, the knowledge to actually produce a whole game. Maybe in the far future. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But first I have to finish the book, which is gonna take ages. The book is gonna be such a prize, especially considering the amount of time I have for it. Yes, that. Please do /market block and ladder clutch. I've been getting into montage creation recently. It's pretty fun. Do you have any tips I could share with new... You could share with new maker? Be creative with replay mod. Definitely make use of the new rewind mod on Lunar Client, because that allows you to be so much more creative with also being able to add keyframes. I don't know, you're probably into video creation already, so I'm just going to use some terminology, some basic terminology. It also allows you to use keyframes with texture packs and shaders and literally mods too. I literally got a million ideas on how to use that creatively in montages. So yeah, but don't make it too crammed with the fancy replay mod stuff or rewind mod stuff, but instead, yeah, I also thought of supporting you on that front, teammate. It should be focused on... Do I really need to avoid? Or can I just walk back? It should be more focused on good clips instead of fancy clips. And also, I mean, that's different from person to person, but in my personal preference, I would also advise you to not... Oh, okay, but I got him. I would also advise you to not use these effects. I would keep the clips pretty clean. Certain effects you can make use of, for example, Dewey's montage called, I think, The King of BedWars, the one where I'm in the intro. That one has certain effects that work very well. For example, the tournament winner effect when he block traps, I think, thoughtful on invasion within the base, or issue, yeah. One of them, I don't know. That effect, for example, is an effect that's very clean, works very well, fits very well in. But some montages have effects, and like every single clip has shaking and filters and I don't know what, a million different effects. And for me personally, the montage feels much less clean, isn't watchable, it hurts my eyes, it's annoying to watch. And like, no matter how good the clips are, I'm not gonna watch it. It's just annoying. So that's definitely something you have to pay attention to. At least if you want to create a montage that I like. I don't know how big the audience is for those ADHD montages. Yeah, you prefer clean style, that's good. I don't remember your last montage, I have to admit. So I couldn't even tell your editing style. I ashamedly have to admit. But for example, I don't know if that would work nowadays anymore, but the semi-green montages are also very cool. You know? I have every semi-green montage in my BedWars refresh playlist that I watch whenever I want to watch something inspiring or motivational about BedWars. And those are very, very cool, from the song style and from the clip style and from the pacing and everything. That was, at least back then, for me personally, a gold standard. But that might feel a little out of touch, a little old, and obviously from how good the clips are, it's also a little bit out of date, you know? But that's something I would also look into if you're looking for how to make a good feel, a good vibe, a good atmosphere, clean things and everything. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna have to do /marker bladder. Some before. I don't think that actually clipped the one before. That's annoying. Anyway. Oh. He surely doesn't have another one. Okay, no, don't you escape. Yeah, you wanted to do the old corner trick. Who could have seen that coming? Nope. Out of here. I feel like we're playing very well today. If we would also be concentrating a little more, that would probably be of great value. I feel like we could evade dangerous situations and the one loss we had if we would actually pay attention. Well, but I think I've mentioned everything I wanted to mention. I think my talking phase is over, now we can focus on the gameplay. The walk-offs. Let's drink. Oh, I feel like I need sugar. I'm starting to shake and I don't feel too well, lightheaded even. I'm definitely gonna need something sugary real quick. I think I'm gonna get that. That's aquatic. That is entirely possible with the rewind thing. That's perfect when you want to do something like that with the rewind. If you always record with the rewind and get all your montage clips from that, you can literally within the rewind change the texture pack after the fact and it looks perfect. So if you are interested in keeping the same texture pack throughout all your clips and you've used rewind for all of them, you can do that to, you can use the rewind mod to change the texture pack to be the same in everything, in every single clip. That's what the rewind mod is super good for too. I've also thought of that actually, but I personally don't mind different texture packs. I think it's pretty cool. But obviously the old semi-green style things were all in the same texture pack, so it depends on your preference, and it's made possible much more easily using the rewind mod, which is very cool. Alright, I'm gonna get something sugary to eat, otherwise I'm probably gonna pass out. Tea Cookie, welcome, awesome to see you, I'll be right back. Microwave is almost done. Let's see what you all wrote. Yeah, I'm getting some food. Yeah, Feather Client is stupid, just use Lunar Client. The best, I don't want to tell anyone to start cheating, but do you all still remember Labby mod? The one that, for example, GB80 also used, or that was also my first PvP client? Labby mod is allowed on Hypixel, but it's literally a cheat. actually gives you reach and better hit rank than any other client. And like Zaz tested it with a friend, and Levimont legit sometimes just gives like 4 block reach instead of the usual 3 blocks. Just randomly. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's actually a cheating client nowadays. I don't know what that is about. But like it legit sometimes gives you more reach by like a block, and it has the best hit registration out of anything. Zaz has tried to get it banned on ranked BedWars and be like, yo, that's literally an unfair advantage, but like they didn't do it, so I guess Leviamod, yeah, I also think of those old days, man. Yeah. Okay, my food must be ready, I think. Alright, food is here. In order to ensure gameplay quality, I will eat it real quick. And then we can move on to the next game. Schnitzel. Old half-eaten Schnitzel. Okay. So addicted to candy, you can't believe it. You can feel the, not just the mental is never really the big factor. You can feel the physical addiction kicking. That's the most important thing with each other. If you approach YouTube as a fun creative outlet instead of trying to make it big by any means, it's gonna be much more fun to you, and probably also gonna work much better for actually becoming big on YouTube. One thing, as an aspiring content creator, I have to go to work. I have a girlfriend. I have BedWars. I have YouTube channels. I don't have the time for this. But if you don't have any of that yet, before you really start your YouTube journey and end up not having enough time anymore, you should really take the time to learn Premiere Pro, After Effects, to really learn editing, to get to an above average level, because that's gonna help you. Because I find myself struggling with learning new stuff in the editing sphere space, because I just don't have the time to sit down and learn all of that. Okay. Okay. Food is eaten. let's re-party Mr. 70, who it's a pleasure to play with again after such a long time. There we go. Let me trade some resources real quick. Vad, welcome back. We might have lost a clip because I didn't know you were gone. We had a block and ladder clutch, but yeah. I did write into the next marker that there was a block and ladder clutch that I want to have clipped, but it's been a long time. I don't know if I'll be able to find it in the editing later. Yeah, okay, that's another problem. Obviously you need to have a certain skill at the game to get those clips, but for example, I also struggle. I barely get any clips. It's super rare for me to get a clip. Don't ask me, man. Okay. Okay. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? We're gonna start the video game. The video game, Annie. Dude, the freaking physical addiction to unhealthy food, to especially candy and sugar and all of that, is unreal. The whole mental side of things is not a huge problem. Like, obviously I have certain mental addiction, like a little bit of mental addiction I have too. Sure, that exists, but if it was just for the mental addiction, this would be the easiest thing ever. It's always just a physical addiction that is also getting worse and worse over the years. I remember, like 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't eat candy anymore. And oh, cute, nice one. I didn't eat candy anymore, and I wanted to quit it completely. And I did that for like half a year or something, until I literally had such bad withdrawal symptoms that I was sweating, crying, and shaking in the car. And I needed to eat sugar, needed to eat candy again, and I felt like otherwise I wasn't going to be able to continue, because it was just such intense physical symptoms from the withdrawal. So yeah, the mental side of things doesn't really matter. I'm mainly just physically addicted. Okay. It is indeed different variants of Blackstone. That is correct. That is the queuing screen. Is it for real or just tonight? Okay, there's a Nick. A yellow Nick. My fingers are placed on the thing weirdly on the keyboard. Okay. Now, as a smart person, I'm gonna abort mission and get back the diamonds I managed to get so far. Not gonna be a bot. Not gonna be a beep booper. A clanker, as youth likes to call it nowadays. Have you seen this? What's it called? Sora 2? That's crazy, dude. This is literally like... I think at this point already, it's not perfect, but like at this point already, just to be safe, I would be like, any evidence on video, on picture, on anywhere, shouldn't be evidence anymore. Because it could just be AI. Only evidence you can trust from now on is literally like DNA evidence or anything that's not digital. Okay, I will... Exactly. Did I just see someone there? Oh yeah. I'm voiding. There's a red ink. Hey, did he just want to steal our diamonds? And then run? Oh yeah, he really just wanted to steal diamonds, wow. Well, better safe than sorry. Back to collecting emeralds. Frick. I don't know who got the emeralds. I didn't. Yeah. All of the maps I have in favorites, so like 99% of the maps I have in favorites currently, are maps that I chose just for doubler strategies. Yellow's ink. Oh yeah, very wise way. A very wise placement. Dockyard I've actually not heard of as a win streaker. I've just heard of Fruit Brawl and other similar maps like that. While we are making very slow emerald progress, we are definitely being safe about it. Which I enjoy. Wish I had a fireball. This map is so easy to get out of situations if you're down there. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day with those four. Also now afford the armor, which is also good. That's crazy. Up 250 is crazy. This is also weird without audio. Okay, I've got what I need for Arby. I'm not gonna be hungry for more. Okay, we've got 8 now. And just like that, we have obsidian. But yeah, I agree, it's gonna be a hard game. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm unsure. One thing we definitely need, we can't be left behind in emeralds and diamonds. So we definitely need someone to do emeralds diamonds. Yep. And usually what I do is one pressures a team and one gets the emeralds and the diamonds. Yeah, but I don't know. Oops. Okay, another 7 emeralds collected. And red has officially seen me. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Frick. Huge rank. When will I get you? If ever. Oh, that was not a jump I should have gone for. Okay. doesn't prevent lagbacks anymore. YouTube rank, you're useless. I just talked with one of my YouTube rank friends about this like a couple days ago, or last week, I don't remember. And he legit said YouTube rank is so useless. I wish I didn't have it actually. It's not worth it for the red name because like you are just getting very closely monitored by the server. Whenever you do even the slightest thing wrong, they immediately ban you, and VPNs are hard to use because they security ban once they see you have a weird IP and stuff. It's, dude, huge bank appears to be completely just a downside nowadays. It's crazy. And one of them just fell. Oh, I wanted to block in there to Gab. I didn't think he could just break the top block. That was, for some reason, completely unexpected. Never is he gonna break this block. In my head, I thought. Okay, they do seem to still have heads up in upgrades. So focus has to lay on the diamonds still. The frick is that bridge? He also sees me. Okay, good. At least that is not for him. No, I thought he would fall. Ah, okay, I gave 6 emeralds, 4 diamonds to red. At first I thought that was like my teammate, but no, it was literally the other red. They're both just double rushing at mid. What are these people? Wait, did I put all my stuff into TC? Yes, okay. This is definitely gonna go to bed break. I think we can be pretty sure of that. The heck is this guy? Okay, he's super low. But I will actually return. There's no point in randomly dying with 2 diamonds and an iron sword. Is that pink base? That's pink base. It's right there. Yellow's even doing the old disconnect to not give the enemy resources trick. Scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. Gary stuff. Sitting in the front seat. Why did the block randomly replays? I'm gonna go down here. And then I will jump up here. I thought that would work out differently, I have to admit. If I would have known it would have worked out like this, only wouldn't have done that. Okay, I got away. Okay, we're making progress. Even if it's small progress, 2 diamonds per run is still progress. Still getting us further towards whatever prod we're working towards right now, probably P3. Yeah, that's what I thought. There should definitely be emeralds down here. Nope. We're gonna wait for them to go up to me. Don't see the other one right now. Okay, nice. I think I'm gonna go here. And then just follow this guy towards our base. Oh, I'm still on very good health, I just realized. Oh! Okay, cool. Okay, this time I got a little more stuff back, including 2 emeralds, I think 6 diamonds or something. Seven even. Oh, we've got 16! And we're at P3, dude. This is perfect. Good. Now my focus is gonna be on diamond destruction in combination with emerald collection. Probably. We could still need diamonds for something. Yeah, nah, actually in that case I'm gonna delay that slightly. Not gonna do diamond destruction yet, but my main focus is gonna go to emerald collection. Oh. Thank you for follow. I know Uwu? Yes, yellow is a final kill. I'm gonna blindly chase after him. I know Uwu. Yellow's at his base and I'm on him. No. I'm trapped. Okay, good that he isn't healing. No! Ah, good. Now you're also on Twitch. Awesome. Good to hear, good to see. How did the frickin' silverfish actually deal so much damage? Thank you for the follow too. Nixie is awesome. Ugh. He could be invis on the way to our first rush now. He could be anywhere. Ah, he's inside of his base still. That's good. Is that 2 pink people? Or different people? It's crazy that he managed to kill me with frickin' silverfish. I felt like most of the damage drained from me was actually due to silverfish. How is that possible? Oops. Yeah, now it's all about being fast. Ah. Yeah, I couldn't get rid of any stuff. Gave them some emeralds, some diamonds, but I feel like at the current point in the game, those are not even crazy numbers. Everyone already has so many emeralds and diamonds. That was probably not the worst thing to happen, but still not what you want to have happen. After all, it's all about the resources. Okay, I'm gonna go there too. Our teammate escaped. Well, I hope he doesn't land down there. Yes, good. He didn't land down there. I did give the emeralds and diamonds right back to his teammate, but nice. Good. My teammate. Are you serious? I try, but I can't figure out. I've been next to you all night and I don't know what you're about. Yeah, we have P4. Okay, this is... This is a dead person who didn't take any... didn't deal any damage. Okay, there I see red and I don't have a fireball. Red is at red base, if I'm not entirely mistaken. Ooh, a very cool video that I'll be watching later. Techno Dream 13 YT, thank you for the follow. Very nice of you. I don't have a fireball right now. Nice. You didn't make good decisions, so I escaped. This doesn't look like our base. What? It is our base. The way to our base has fundamentally changed. I feel like mechanically I could be playing better right now, but strategically that was a very clean game. As teammate mentioned earlier, this could have been a super hard game to win. It was challenging, but we set our focus correctly, which is on space and resources. So we ended up being able to come out on top. Nice, 2 minutes up there too. Where's that pink guy? Wow, it's crazy. Prot 4 and sharp Prot 4 and diamond armor. How much it assists him is crazy. Okay. LOL, we fired at the exact same spot and he didn't even die from it. Okay, but we got him. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. That's insane. Yeah, we win these. I guess we're pretty decent at the video game, huh? Oh. Only 12 people watching, yeah. Sure. My motivation to stream, that's a good question. Yeah, my lol is iconic, yeah. That's a very good question. It's fun. And it supplies my livestream highlight channel with content. Livestream highlight channel used to be a pretty well running channel. Currently it's recovering, so videos are already back to getting hundreds of views at least, and not just 80. So yeah, I have a cool YouTube channel, you know? Stream highlight channel that I can supply with content with this, and the main reason is just it's fun. I play BedWars anyway, so I can broadcast it, and it's a lot of fun. Simply's, welcome, thank you for the follow, man. How many subscribers? Main channel 6.4k or something, 6.3k, and the livestream highlight channel is 1,229 at the moment. The VOD channel is at 339, where I just upload my uncut stream recordings. Shout out to the VOD viewers. Oh, thank you for the follow, Simply's. Thank you for the follow, girl. Corrected myself. My reaction channel that I kind of gave up on now is at 37 subscribers. And my old German channel is at 301 subscribers. And that's probably all the channels that have subscribers. I like the color of your name, Simply's. That's a very clean color. It's one of the best looking colors that you can choose. Okay, so usually I would go mid, usually I would go get emeralds, get RB, all of that. But looking at the people's stats who are in this game, I know it can always be deceptive. Always remember, overlay can only warn you, it can't unwarn you. What I basically mean by that saying works better in German, I came up with it yesterday. Overlay can warn you of potential threats, but if it doesn't warn you of anything, it doesn't mean that there's not actually anything. That's the way you have to keep it in mind. But whenever I don't see a threat, looking at overlay, what I like to do is, every once in a while, I randomly still go for RB, but all in all, I like to go for stats more, you know? running a marathon as a file right now. It's... As a final kill in BedWars? How can you type in chat if you were a final kill in BedWars right now? Oh, I thought I had ladders. Well. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That would be too stressful for me. I wouldn't do that. Obviously, it like physically works, I get that, but it would be very stressful for me. I wouldn't enjoy that. Should I take more healing with me? Most likely. But I'm not running into any base right now anyway, so... Where is the next base at all? 9! Oh my god. Green and blue are the only teams left, and those are over there. Okay. So it's actually pretty good that I avoided, because over there I really had no business being. I recently rediscovered, I've mentioned this on stream, and I think we've already listened to one of those videos on stream, but this radio Reddit channel that just reads out Reddit stories with a computer voice. That channel. I used to watch it for hours every single day for a bit. I had a little bit of a phase. And when I lost my old job, I stopped because I didn't have the time to do that anymore. And recently, I started again. And now I'm hooked again. Now I'm listening to Radio Reddit pretty frequently again. It's pretty good. I just really like the vibe. And I also really like the thought that someone with minimal effort is just making big bucks. Big bucks as in probably a little more than I do working an actual job. Or working a classic job. Okay. Woo! Ah, wait, there's still this guy. Hi. How you doing? Enough of the fireballs, okay? Enough of the living. Are you close to YouTube rank? Not at all. Probably never gonna reach it, or in many years. But at some point, if I'm happy, if I'm lucky. It would be very cool. Reaching YouTube rank was always one of my biggest dreams. I have a couple huge life dreams. One of which being getting YouTube rank, one of which being reaching / being permanently in the top 10 in BedWars. One of which being getting a YouTube play button. And the longer it takes me to get a YouTube play button, the less exciting it is, and the sadder it is, because the YouTube play buttons just keep getting worse. Recently, or it's been a while, but they've also decreased them in size now. I just got used to the new design, and I was starting to be like, yeah, I like this design more, and boom, they shrink it. Oh. Okay, this is the last game. I have 6.5 minutes left in the stream. And we gotta be careful of green. Green is the most scary team. Yeah, obviously they're trying to save money. But like, what I would enjoy, the reason how I understood it was that too many shorts creators, because shorts make it so easy to get big channels, too many shorts creators needed play buttons, so they had to shrink them. It would be such a better system if, oh god, if shorts creators would get small play buttons, long form creators would get big play buttons. Obviously it's kind of difficult to make that, to differentiate that. You'd have to make certain rules, and I don't know, from this point on you're a shorts creator, from this point on you're that creator. But like, I'm gonna need to get a tool real quick. But like, that would be a fair system. Shorts creators ruining our play buttons is not a fair system. This is what everyone says? Well, I've got a very popular opinion, apparently. That just goes to prove my point. I know that you can't generally say that, but like in this case, I'm just gonna say it proves my point. Oh, I got the bed quest. Woo! In my last game, I already forgot about the bed quest. How awesome. Goodbye, man. Okay. Teammate? Trust me or don't trust me, I was about to call teammate Lisa. Don't ask me. Oh, my girlfriend and I have been watching too much Simpsons recently, but teammate's probably gonna go the other side now, and I'm gonna stay here. I accidentally almost called you Lisa because my girlfriend and I are watching too much Simpsons recently. I don't know if you know that show, kind of popular a little bit. Okay, hello, how are you doing? Oh, it's not a perfect block off, wait. No! Okay, awesome, we did reach our goal. We did get the 2 stars we hoped for. The 2 stars we wanted to get. Can I please be freed from the curse of having to stay at this place? Okay. Get out of... 9! Just because I failed the first time, now they have obby? My little German frequently comes out. Boah. I both killed him and hit back the fireball he wanted to throw inside of my face, and I'll be 100% sure if that fireball would have landed in my radius, I would have died. Because I was on super low health. And again, I just ate one gap and pretty much all my health is restored again. Maybe I wasn't as low on health as I thought I was. Huh. Okay, RB is gonna be installed. I work for myself, baby, please believe me. I'll put you through hell, just to know me, yeah. So sure of yourself, baby, don't get greedy. That you won't end well. And when, no. This is for real, just tonight. Da, da, da. Okay. Someone explain to me all of those frickin' hits. That is crazy. Oh, he got all of those hits. That's a crazy amount of hits to be getting. Nope. LOL! You know what happened there? He placed blocks in order to cross the gap, and I landed on the blocks just in time to not fall into the void. Wow. That was perfect. I was so confused I survived. That's crazy. We have to check that out in replay afterwards. We have to check that out in replay. That has title clip energy. Fill in the energy, fill in the spirit. If this is the end, I need one more visit. I need something a lot more fulfilling. Move out of London town. Move to a rural village. You make me delete that pic off my phone. Oh. I'll get emeralds. Nope. Are you black? Did I accidentally say the N-word? If so, then I'm terribly sorry, but no, I'm not black. Nah, I'm pretty sure the original artist behind this song is also not black, so there's definitely not an N-word in there. It is Central C, and he does not say the N-word. Maybe I said the N-word just for fun. even though it wasn't even in the original lyrics, but I would doubt that. I probably didn't do that. Yeah, you did, GG's. Career over, no. Nah, if we're honest, didn't everyone... No, I purchased new Obby even though we already have it. Well, didn't everyone who later became famous say the N-word at some point? I think that's pretty common. At least most people that I've seen on YouTube have said the N-word at least once. And that's not because I just watch right-wing extremist racist YouTubers, it's just because back then the N-word was completely normal. It's not good, I don't like it. But back when I was in school, everyone said the N-word. Back on YouTube in like, I don't know, 2014, 15, 16, everyone said the N-word on YouTube for everything. It's a very normal thing. It used to be back then. Just good that times have changed. Okay, now, because I have great memory, I will look into the replay. And you can already leave if you want to, teammate. I'm not gonna play any further games. But it was a lot of fun, and thank you very much. Okay, I've got no clue when this is gonna happen, but we know when this is gonna happen, because we're gonna see if the blocks are already there. Alright, thank you for the game, 70. Have yourself a great one. See ya. Ah, here it happens. Told ya. This is about to be crazy. So what happened here is... I fireball jump, and... I would have died here. I would have landed in the gap if it wasn't for this guy to place these blocks to get over this gap. Wow. Lol. Cool. But thank you for games or something like that. See ya. And /pleave /LB. Maybe don't believe me. Okay, please believe me. I got a WhatsApp message on my phone. Please believe me. I'll put you through hell. Just to know me, yeah, yeah. Yay, we've reached 21k core mode wins. How cool is that? This was a fun stream to listen to, awesome. And now that I'm ending the stream, I'm getting my peak viewer count at 17. How cool. I really hope you all enjoyed today's stream. If it did so bad, then have yourself a wonderful follow to my channel. If you don't want to miss out on further streams, also go ahead and click on the 2 links you are about to see in chat. I'm just struggling with my keyboard a little bit. Those 2 links lead you to my 2 most important YouTube channels, my 2 stream associated YouTube channels. I'm probably going to change that back to my most important YouTube channels. And yeah, now have yourself a wonderful rest of the day or night. And goodbye. Now we're gonna raid someone. And also I'm gonna open Nightbot as to remind myself to change the command. Okay, who are we going to raid? Q Savvy. What? Start raid. 3 viewers ready to raid. 4 viewers ready to raid. 8 viewers ready to raid. 10 viewers ready to raid.